I think with these two questions that these disciples ask, or these two encounters that these two disciples have with Jesus, we can see very clearly the radicality of Jesus. The first person, he says, Jesus, teacher, I'll follow you wherever you go. And he says, foxes have dens and birds of the sky have nests, but the Son of Man has nowhere to rest his head. In other words, if you're going to follow me, it's going to be difficult. You're not going to be able to rest. And then this other disciple, Lord, let me go first and bury my father. And Jesus answered him, follow me and let the dead bury their dead. You know, when we think about our faith and we think about our relationship with Jesus, I think as human beings, we tend to put off our surrender, that we tell Jesus, yes, I'll follow you. Yes, I'll start this habit of prayer. Yes, I'll come back to daily mass. But after this, and we have these excuses of procrastination. And if you think about it, though, at every stage of our lives, there's a reason why we shouldn't be generous with God. When we're young, we think, well, I'm too young. You know, kids just want to play. When they start to grow up, you know, maybe they find a significant other, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, and then they're too in love to follow God, to really give themselves over to God. And then they continue to grow up, they get a job, and they're too busy working to serve God or to love God. And they become old, and they're too tired, and then it's too late to serve God. So when we think about those excuses that we all have in our relationship with God, think about how those things, it's not that they're not important, but it's that Jesus is giving us something to follow, someone to follow that is much more important. Let the dead bury their dead. This guy just wanted to bury his father. What's wrong with that? Nothing. It's a good and holy desire. But Jesus is saying there's something even more important. Follow me now. There's a sense of urgency to his call. And if we put off following Jesus, following that call to a later time in our life, there's always going to be another excuse. We will always find a reason to procrastinate. And so this is a call to urgency, to love God now, to follow God now, because we don't know if we will have tomorrow. We just don't know. Jesus doesn't promise us a comfortable life, but he promises us a life of eternal glory. And that is what should motivate us every day to be faithful, to get up, to love God with our whole hearts, and not be distracted by so many other things in our lives. Because Jesus is the only person, the only thing worth following in